This is a 2022 Dodge Challenger SRT Hellcat wide body red eye Jedi kick-ass muscle car. It is a beast, and it's coming out of our factory today going to a very excited customer. Now, we convert 50 odd different vehicles, from the Hummer EVs to obviously the Dodge Challengers, Camaros, a whole range of pickup trucks. But there is truly something special when we roll something like this. So this is super cool. This is a right-hand drive Dodge Challenger SRT Hellcat wide body jailbreak red eye. Write all that down. This is an 807 horsepower right-hand drive muscle car. This is the car that dreams are made of, quite simply. The question today though is, where in the hell is this thing going? So in the comments below, tell me where you think. Is this going to Brisbane, or is it Bangalore? Is it going to London or Jakarta, or I don't know, Johannesburg, Sydney, wherever it happens to be. If you want to have a right-hand drive Dodge Challenger, a Hellcat, top of the range, and this really is just about right at the very top, then you know what you need to do. You need to talk to my crew here. We have for the last 30 years been converting American muscle cars, pickup trucks, SUVs from left-hand drive to right-hand drive. So if you want to drive a Dodge Challenger like this and you're in Australia, or you want to drive a Dodge Challenger like this and you're in India or Indonesia or Malaysia, then not only can we source a vehicle for you, clearly we can do the right-hand drive conversion. We've done 5,000 of them, for goodness sake. But we can also finish out the entire process of taking the vehicle through customs clearance, registration, so that quite literally in a period of months, you can have something like this in your driveway. So let's jump into some details. Now, if you haven't already, please do us a favor, hit the subscribe button, and please equally, I know I'm always asking favors, drop in your comment below, where do you think this vehicle is going to be in a month or two's time? I'm not going to give anything away, so I'm not going to tell you whether it's a week, which is India, or 5 weeks, which is Australia, or the UK, but you tell me city, country, and I don't know, maybe we'll do a prize. I don't know. Maybe we start to offer people a ticket to come and visit our factory and have a tour with what we do and drive some of our cars. Anyway, let's get into the vehicle. I thought I'd take a moment to explain what the hell this thing actually is. So let's decode the Dodge Challenger SRT Hellcat wide body jailbreak red eye, so you understand what each of those pretty key terms mean. So Dodge Challenger, straightforward. SRT, now that stands for street and racing technology, and that really signifies from Dodge the high end when it comes to both performance and indeed interior and features. So the Hellcat is absolutely synonymous with these things. Now, the Hellcat is named after, in fact, a World War II aircraft, the Grumman F-68 Hellcat. So the Hellcat kind of signifies just absolute performance, power, tenacity, which again, iconic in these platforms, and it also signifies the step up to the 6.2 litre supercharged V8 engine in these things. So again, the lower end Challengers, lower performance, SRT, you're at that level, and then indeed the Hellcat signifies you're in the game. Now, when we get to the jailbreak, obviously it's a term about breaking software, etc. But really when it comes to the Challengers, it's actually about breaking the system, breaking the rules, and that's where you're able to get that additional performance out of it. So these are really designed for, well, taking the kids to school, but track days. So your launch control, the fact that you can string it out to 807 horsepower, it is all about the jailbreak edition. It gives you that ability to actually really tune the vehicle with its performance, its driving modes, those sorts of bits and pieces. The red eye, now we get really cool, and you'll see the red eye when we look at the logo of the Hellcat on the fenders of the vehicle, and it's got its little red eye sitting there. It signifies the lift in performance, and typically it's from the 717 horsepower, either up to the 797 or the 807 horsepower. So the red eye is the high performance variant of it. So you pitch all of those things together and you're starting to build out the vehicle. The last part, of course, is the wide body call on this vehicle. Obviously that gives you wider tires, it gives you the fender flares, and overall it gives you 90 mil, 9 centimeters, whatever, of additional width in the vehicle. I'll tell you what, when you have high horsepower muscle cars, the more rubber that you have on the road, the better. So there you go, that hopefully decodes the SRT Hellcat red eye jailbreak Challenger. Hopefully anyway, is you do not buy this for your family of 5 and your dog to go on holidays. This is an indulgent car, there is no doubt, It is performance orientated. I mean, you just got to listen to it. It is unbelievable. So there's the explanation of what the hell all of the codes when it comes to describing a Dodge Challenger mean. Hopefully that helps it out. Now, let's jump into the specs of this particular unit. So look, whilst inside sitting in this thing, as I said before, about to go in a box, about to be shipped somewhere in the world, but it's worth just taking a moment just to marvel at what it is that my crew does and have been doing for a bloody long time. So I'm sitting here in an absolute mirror image right-hand drive Dodge Challenger. I dare anybody who was sat in the left-hand drive variant to sit in one of our right-hand drive versions and pick the difference. And the reason behind that is the extraordinary crew. So when I'm sitting here, obviously the dashboard is perfect. It is a mirror image conversion, quite literally. There's no loss of functionality. Everything is angled correct, the correct plane, the correct dimension. So you've got your 8.4-inch touchscreen, obviously your digital instrument cluster, which is now in kilometers per hour. Obviously being an SRT, it comes with the magic red key, which I absolutely love. There are a few different trim options, seat belts, etc. But broadly speaking, you are in the cockpit of a muscle car. And it is absolutely perfect. Lines are perfect, an exact replica of what it came in as a left-hand drive vehicle. And again, it's down to the talent and the experience of my team. I mean, these are handcrafted vehicles. This is not mass-produced in a factory. These are built by hand by extraordinarily talented men and women, built to an incredible quality standard. Obviously from a quality standard, your ISO and those sorts of things, but that all dovetails into the fact that we have compliance on these things. So if you want to take this into Australia, we have our ADR compliance. If you want to drive one of these in India, we have our compliance and our homologation. You want to have one of these in Malaysia or the UK. Now, people kind of crap on about this all the time, but it's absolutely critical. Every part of the process has to be perfect. You want to ensure, and it is with our case, that my team of 30 odd engineers have designed all of our steering changeover, all of the safety systems to ensure that when you're doing, again, 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in 3.4 seconds. From a standing start, this thing goes like Elon Musk's rocket. So you want to make sure that everything is engineered, designed, manufactured, built, assembled, and tested correctly. But that's all nonsense when you consider the traffic lights and do this. It's amazing. I hardly need to sort of go through the details in this, but it's the red eye you can see down here because the Demon and its red eye, but this is quite clearly what it's about. So this is a 6.2 litre supercharged Hemi engine, 807 horsepower. It is just unbelievable. Quite clearly, as I said, this is why you dream of owning a Dodge Challenger. I guess the question really then becomes, how do you actually make that dream a reality? And in a way, it's what we do is, I don't know, what is it, a full service kind of scenario? You talk to our crew, we talk about the vehicle that you want, and we simply source it from North America, ship it here, do our conversion, and then ship it to you. But this is what we do. This is by far, they are cool. I mean, they're impractical, they're not good for a family, but if you want a muscle car, you want a car that quite literally roars and you can feel the power in it, let alone when you hit the accelerator and it absolutely peels away. You've got to be thinking about a Dodge Challenger. So if you have questions, you know what to do. You can email us, DM us, I don't know, you know all the bits. You can even probably use a telephone and ring us. But if you'd like some more information about what we do, we've got a heap of other videos on our YouTube channel. Obviously you can jump on our website, our other social media things, or as I say, go old school, pick up the phone, give me a call, and we can talk about how we can make your dream Dodge Challenger come true. That's it, thank you.